It's a pleasure to welcome Jim LaValle back. Jim, we've talked about all sorts of approaches to medicine, to wellness. The one thing we haven't talked about are the complementary types of therapies that you incorporate into your, for instance, homeopathy, whatever it might be. Could you give us an idea of all those tools that are in your bag?
Oh, sure. Well, we have an acupuncturist that was trained in Hong Kong, and she does a terrific job of applying traditional Chinese medicine techniques as well as acupuncture, which is fantastic, from everything from, nausea and chronic pain and neurologic issues, to just eliminating stress. I mean, I know for me, one of the most effective things to get stress out of me is I go down to my acupuncturist and say, hook me up, get those needles in my stress points. I lay down for 45 minutes, and it feels like she just turned that faucet on, and the stress just drained right out of me. It's just phenomenal. It's really a great practice in art. Homeopathy, I've found it to be incredibly important over the last 20 years of practice. Now, it's interesting. A lot of people don't realize homeopathic medicines are considered drugs in the United States. They're not dietary supplements.
Oh, really?
And they actually have law, and they have a homeopathic pharmacopoeia convention that's official, and there's an official compendium that's regulated by the U.S. government. And a lot of folks don't realize that homeopathic medicine's been around 250 years. A lot of other countries rely on homeopathic medicine, and I have to say that in the U.S., we can't get over the thought that dilute amounts of things could benefit people. I've just seen it work so much in individuals, and have gotten training in it, and have just seen it work, that I'm just compelled to continue to use it in our practice. And so homeopathic medicine is basically the science of using dilute substances to stimulate your body to help to reorganize its healing force. And so that's when you think of homeopathy, it's a pretty elegant and simple way to think about it.
What about massage therapy and things like that?
I mean, we rely on either we have it in-house or we refer out. I use a physical therapist that does what's called myofascial release techniques. So the membrane, the white membrane that's over the muscle when you look at the chicken, when you're looking at chicken meat, that membrane, myofascia, can get kinked, and it can cause chronic pain. It can cause your skeletal system to shift. And so we refer out for myofascial work. Massage therapy we have in-house, and we believe massage therapy is incredibly important because you've got to get those muscles to get rid of lactic acid. Gravity's always working on us and creating distortions in our frame. So I think that that's incredibly important. Healing touch, I have a nurse that does healing touch work, and started it at one of the hospitals actually in Cincinnati some 20 years ago. So she's one of the real leaders in that area. So we really believe in a well-rounded way of looking at the person and not just saying, hey, it's a supplement you need. Yes, you need your chemistry corrected, but there's a physical body there, there's an emotional body there, there's a spiritual body there, and we want to try and unify those things for people.
Just one last thing. Would you explain healing touch? Because I think it's very important that people understand what that is and how effective it can be.
Well, healing touch basically was developed by a nurse, and it's a way of interacting with the patient's energy field to extract or get rid of the disordinate energy that may have occurred due to a surgery, or to clear anesthesia, or to open up the energy centers in the body so that the body's cells can communicate with each other more effectively. And what it is that someone who has been trained at it will, with intent, hold their hands at various positions or postures and either adjust, infuse, or drain out this sense or this energy they're feeling based on what they feel that patient needs.
I think it's really up to everyone to become a student of their health, a student of the opportunities. And I think talking about healing touch shows how much there is out there that we may never have thought about, never entertained, unless it was introduced to us by someone of your character. So I would just say to you, that's terrific. I hope people will look into reading your books, and I thank you again.
Well, it's always great to be with you, Lyle.